So, as everyone's aware, Alpy's not here. The title's done and he's gone fishing again. Funny that.
Hey, boys, I'm out because I've got tuna fishing.
Bro, every time they lose, which is hard, like rare, obviously they don't lose too often, but every time they do, all of a sudden, he's gone fishing.
He's gone fishing.
You reckon he's given up on the Prem?
I reckon he's given up on this pod after that performance. That was the most, like, we play shit, yeah, but obviously understandable. We've been shit for a while. These guys played some fucking crap football.
Bro, like, being an Arsenal supporter, I reckon it's worse than being a United supporter because we know we're shit.
Yeah.
But then Arsenal give them slight hope.
Arsenal fans on the net think they're better than Real Madrid.
Yeah. But, like, gives them slight hope.
Yeah.
We're back into this. You know, we might win the Prem. Liverpool going to choke. And then they pull that performance.
I was on the toilet
Where's
today
that?
at work, and I was just doom scrolling, and there was a post that came out from Arsenal TV, AFTV, and they were trying to blame the Queen's death on losing the title.
That was my favourite part.
Like, you've got Arteta blaming the ball, and then you've got the fans blaming the fact that the Queen's dead, and that's why they lost the title. Like, every season there's something.
Because we were informed and City was shit, and then the Queen died, and they have to reallocate the game. That's why we lost the title that season.
That's exactly. AFTV is the best, bro.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Off the Ball Official. Episode 28, boys. Each week.
Isn't it 128?
Yeah, feels like 128. I'm not going to lie, it feels like 128. God damn, this podcast is so demanding, but I love it.
It's aging us significantly.
What demand does it? I'm so confused.
Come on, bro. Before the episode, I'll put in like 20 minutes. Got my segment right, boys.
I've done nothing.
I'm ready to go. It's more so Alpy doesn't get upset and, you know.
You know what's funny, though? I finally get why they say
Love
it
you,
doesn't
Alpy.
necessarily matter about the quality of the episodes. Not to say that the quality is bad. It is pretty good. But if you're consistently producing content, over time, the views and the engagement will cascade. So, like, when you really think about it, we haven't ever actually done that many episodes, but engagement's like picking up quite nicely, which is a credit to everyone here. Yeah, it's good to see. Yeah, it's motivating to see as well.
It puts into perspective too, though, those full-time YouTubers. You know, some of them give up. They're like, oh, I can't do it anymore. It makes sense too why it's like that. But
yeah,
oh my God,
you know, we're enjoying it for now. It's good.
No,
we're enjoying it, but I don't know about Berkz, bro. You put a lot of hours behind the camera. You put a lot of hours behind the camera. And you know what?
We need to.
We're very.
Are you going fishing with that beanie?
Nah, my hair's shocking. I need to get myself a fade. Haven't had a chance.
That's the same beanie my grandfather used to
Honestly,
cigarette in one hand and the rod in the other one.
He's nearly there.
Alpy's fishing, not me, bro.
True.
Let's give a shout out to Shimano with the best fishing equipment out there.
Yes.
Yeah, bravo, Shimano.
Make sure we tag Shimano.
Shimano.
Wait, what is Shimano?
Shimano.
I've heard of it. It's a brand.
Does Alpy, is that what Alpy uses? Because he'll probably want to get sponsored by a fishing
that's what I'm
company.
saying.
I don't think it'll be. I feel like if we say Shimano, he might be like, no, it's not a good one.
It's not that one.
Wait. Isn't the whole reason he went to Japan last year for fishing gear?
Oh, yeah, wasn't it?
That was his entire
He was getting
trip.
baits and stuff, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was buying lures and
Lures,
stuff
that's
like
what.
that.
Not baits,
I don't even know. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back on
We
track.
miss you, Alpy, already, see?
Yeah, we do. Let's get back on track. All right. Boys, for some of us, the season's done. All right? So I want to look
Pretty much everyone.
other than Liverpool supporters, the season's done.
I mean, our season's kind of done too.
Yeah, us, they're done, bro.
What do you mean? We're going for the top four, bro.
Yeah. No, like, as in this, we're not going to win you're not going to win the Prem. Let's be real here. It's done. They've already engraved Liverpool 20,
Are you mathematically
24,
out of the
25.
As in, to win it,
Yeah.
we were out in December when we were second, bro. When we drew with Everton, that boring 0-0 draw.
It's not a bad question though, because you've got, there's let's say about 11 games to play.
Yeah, let's say they won every single game.
You've
Like
got 46 points.
So if Chelsea win every single game,
Yep.
and you lose every single game, or how many games can you lose?
How many games can we drop?
I mean, realistically, there's 33 points up for grabs right now.
Yep.
Liverpool's at 64. What's 33 plus 64? That'll be 97.
Mm-hmm.
That's maximum points we can get. You guys can get a maximum of 79.
Yep. Nah, too far
So
fetched.
realistically,
Imagine winning it with 79 points.
We'd have to
every
lose
single game.
about 3 or 4 games. You'd have to win every single game
Hey,
from here on out.
It's been done.
It's mathematically possible.
honestly, if they plucked Jose Mourinho's 04-05 team, put them right now, I reckon we've got.
So technically speaking,
Yeah, but
you're
that's-
still in the title race.
Nah, we're not. But that's a good analogy. Hey, no, not an analogy, but it's a good theory. Imagine if we got plucked Mourinho's the 15-goal season right now from till the end of the season, we still won't win it, but we'll get close.
Yeah.
We won't drop a game.
I don't mind that scenario, like the scenario planning or not planning, but imagine that. Like if you could plug a team from any point in history,
I'd pick that team.
in terms of this point in the title, at this point
If
of
it
the
was
league,
closer.
yeah,
We'll go
could
on a run.
potentially get there. Yeah.
No,
Not
it
a
won't
bad idea.
happen, bro. With Liverpool's run right now and the way they're playing, it's not going to happen, bro.
I'm not
Regardless.
sold until the last few weeks at least.
I think the loss to Arsenal losing to West Ham was like the seal.
It's always the worst club to do. It was West Ham like the
Yeah.
season before as well.
Yeah,
I remember.
and it was Fulham.
That's that meme now, isn't it? With the fucking
Well-
gladiator.
West Ham every season.
No.
I'll be seeing nightmares.
According to Alpi, they can't play against low block,
Mid-block.
Mid-block, there you go. So,
Before the game, I ended up sending him just 2 emojis. One was of bubbles, and the other one was of a hammer. He never replied to it.
I love roasting up when he's not here.
It's still delivered.
Yes.
I actually love roasting him when he's not here.
All right, again, let me steer the ship back into what I'm trying to speak about. So since your season, my season, LP season's done, I want to look forward to next season.
Yep, of course.
So what excites me about every single season is obviously players coming in. So I want to pick your brains a bit, and I want to talk about players 3 players specifically. I know some clubs will probably be going for more players, some less, but I want to talk about 3 players that you want your club to target and why. So, you know what, Uggs, you know, you guys obviously spent a bit of money. You've sold some players. So,
Look,
where are you lacking? What type of players? Who are the players that you guys reckon you'll go after and why?
I reckon after this morning's protest, nothing's going to change. But this is my 3 realistically that I want into the club to help us a little kickstart. Obviously, we're getting a couple of loanee players back. Andre Santos coming back in the midfield, so we are not going to. I'm not going for a midfielder. I'm going pure tactical. So I want Petkovic back from loan. Severely underrated goalkeeper. I reckon he's going to be unreal. He's given me Courtois vibes,
Yeah.
but at Atletico Madrid. So he's a definite in.
Is he performing at the moment?
Yeah,
Is he doing well?
he's mad at clean sheets, mad at the matches. He's unreal in the French league. Then again,
Is that because he's a solid 7 out of 10 every game, or do you feel like Chelsea can get a world-class keeper? Or do you think do you get what I mean? Like, because all your current keepers are so bad, is he just a steady Eddie, or do you deserve better than him? Like
I just don't think there is anyone that's worth the money. We spent Kepa at the time was 70 million pounds or 80 million pounds we paid for him, and he turned into an absolute flop. We just need a consistent keeper that doesn't make mistakes.
How old is
And
the
we'll win
keeper
it.
that played against Southampton?
Jorgensen, he's
Yeah.
22. I'm pretty sure 22 or 21.
22.
He's early 20s.
He's
Very
still
young.
pretty young, bro, and he can only improve. Like De
He
Gea,
played great today.
Like with De Gea at United, his first couple of seasons, we thought like we've got a shit keeper on our hands, and then he blossomed to become the best keeper at
And how do you
at
leave?
one stage. Well, that's United, just basically. Well, Ten Hag.
Spitting on his face.
Yeah,
literally.
basically Ten Hag spitting on his face and getting Onana. But yeah, so I reckon he's got age. So would you really want to get a keeper?
Look, I reckon he'll come in and do a job, and that will take us not to the next level, but it will steady our backline. Speaking about backline, my second player, it's going to be a bit of a
Van Dijk?
shock, huh?
Was it Van Dijk?
No, it's going to be. Well, hopefully he gets out of contract and signs for Chelsea, but I highly doubt it. But special shout out actually for another keeper, Callagher. Either Petkovic or Callagher. If they deem him that he's not good enough, or that they've got too many keepers and they have to sell one off, he's a good shout as well. So we can get him for a good price.
He'll be around 30-40 mil, you
Yeah.
reckon?
There has been a name that's been floated to
Well, Chelsea has been
like,
interested in him, but we're interested with everyone. So
it's going to be interesting because let's say, because obviously we know that like Chelsea's cash strapped, so it's going to be a question of making money versus strengthening a competitor. So if let's say Chelsea offer like, I don't know, I'm just going to slap a random 60, 70 million
I reckon we'll offer
pounds,
50.
even 50, where is our club at in terms of do we take that knowing that we're going to strengthen a competitor, Or are we purely thinking about using that money and then reinvesting it to make our own squad? Because we may not see a Chelsea as a competitor in terms of the title, or we may. Like, I feel like this season they were, and Arne Slot said Chelsea is probably the only game where we deserve to lose, because they played really well that game and we still took the 3 points. So I don't know if the club, if an offer did come from Chelsea, I don't know. I'm not sure if the club would actually take it, or if they would look to sell to another league maybe, or somebody maybe lower down in the Premier, maybe like an Aston Villa or something like that, where they don't necessarily see them as direct competitors. Yeah, so he would definitely improve your side. I just don't know if we would sell though to you.
Yeah, so that's two goalkeeping department's definitely one of the major parts that we need to improve or get a good quality keeper in to make us, take us to the next level, which is consistent top 4 and then eventually going for the title, hopefully. But the second spot, I reckon it's going to be a bit random. I want Gahey from Crystal Palace. We nearly got him in the summer.
Oh, okay.
I reckon he will fit straight in. He's obviously a Chelsea youth player, experienced, and I reckon this career path would be the next, obviously English, already an English player playing in England. He knows the league in and out. This will probably take him to the next level in terms of partnering Colwell, because obviously or Fofana, either or, and then taking us to and it will help us maybe go through the back 3, because then it could, just change a formation like we did the other day. He will be number 2 for me, because I just don't see any other up and coming. We can't just keep buying players from Monaco and random Batty Shield to Sarsi and spending 30-40 million.
Huijsen.
Who?
Huijsen.
Oh,
he's going to be expensive, bro.
No, he's got a release clause. I think it's like £50 million.
Yeah, but see, we can say that, but then everyone else is going for him as well.
Honestly, I've never got the hype about Gahey. Like, even in his best season ever, he was a solid 7 out of 10. He was never like an 8 or a 9.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to go.
Kind of need that though. Yeah,
he needs to go to that next club now. I reckon this Crystal Palace is a ceiling for him. Captain of the club, plays week in, week out.
Yeah.
But until you go to the next club, that's the ceiling. You're not going to get any better. You don't have more competition, better players to train with.
But does he shine? Because he's been consistent, obviously. But does he shine under a back 3 system? How do you reckon he'll go playing in a back 4, 2 centre back system under Maresca? You reckon he'd want that, or he'd want to go to a club that are currently playing?
He can play in a 3 or a 2. He can play with Fofana. He can play with Colwell. He's a right centre back.
All he's played at the moment, and even for England, he's played in a back 3 system.
Yeah.
So, is that someone that you really want to target?
100%. Come in, English player as well. Helps with the quota. And I'm just talking realistic targets.
Yeah, of course.
I can say Huijsen, but then there's 15 other clubs that are going to go for him. He's going to end up going for close to 100 million eventually if he has.
But if I'm Huijsen and I'm talking to my agent and I'm and I'm like, where am I? I'm thinking like this personally. I'm like, where am I going to get the most playing time?
That's right. Yeah,
we know. I know at Chelsea, if I'm a half decent centre back, I'm going to get a lot of playing time because your current centre backs are not the best.
Yeah.
Or if I'm a keeper, I'm like, most of my game time will come at Chelsea. If I go somewhere else, it'll be somewhat limited. I'll have to prove myself. But Chelsea, lots of game time, big fucking wages.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
True.
No, we don't pay big wages anymore, mate.
Oh, way more than what he's earning at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, of course, he'll go from 15,000 to 50,000.
215,000.
We're not United, bro. Ever since the new owners came in, we've actually cut costs in a different way. We'll come back to that later. Anyway.
So have our new owners.
Yeah, you've cut costs from the poor kitchen lady.
No, the thickness of the bread has gone down.
Get the Coles brand now. Don't get fresh bread. Get the ones from yesterday on clearance.
That's like
carpooling to training.
It's got mold on it. It's got mold on it. Yeah, it's right, mate. Take those 2 slices out. You can still eat the rest.
That's fine. Yeah.
And the third one. Obviously, we're going to need a second striker or a striker that is going to push Jackson to become even better than what he was this year until the last bit of purple patch. But that is because Ipswich, I can't even fucking talk that. Ipswich Town.
Ipswich.
I've gone, bro. I've gone.
Ipswich.
Bro, there's an S in there.
You're full Donald Duck that, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro. But because they're going to drop, we're going to get Delap. We're going for Delap.
That'd be all right, yeah.
And the only reason why I say that, another English kid, but he's young. He can push Jackson, and then Jackson, when he needs to, because he's originally a left winger, he can play on the left and cut in and be the second 9 And that would be fantastic. I'd love to have Dill up in our team.
Yeah, and
It's
he's
not a bad shout.
And he's young.
and he's from the same academy with Sancho. So
Yeah,
could
he's
have
from
that
City.
Sancho,
Yeah.
the lap.
Sancho
combo.
was fucking trash today. What a fucking trash bag he is.
Just admit it, bro. Just say we got Chelsea a good one.
No, you didn't. He's only 25 million.
You're still gonna pay us
25 million. He's peanuts in
Plus what
today's
you paid for
day
your-
and
Compared to
age.
what you guys paid, that's peanuts.
Yeah, bro.
You guys paid like what?
You paid 80 million.
80 mil, yeah.
They've taken. No, I get that. Like, it's a risk. It didn't work out. It wasn't even a risk. It was just like.
how's
it wasn't
25
even a
million a risk?
We're saving
don't get
20.
it.
We're saving 20 million in wages. We're
We're not going to pay 20 million.
No, we are saving
Okay,
20
yeah,
million in wages. We're saving with the loan fee that they paid. I think was like 10 mil plus the 25 mil, bro.
It's nothing.
35 still for a
it's
winger that was
nothing,
meant to be like
and he's young.
generational
Yeah,
talent.
plus
back
we're
in the
saving
day.
that 20 mil per year. It's massive.
And then
for
another
us.
10 mil from sacking every single employee that you got to.
Exactly, bro. Just raking it all in.
So that is my
All
three.
right. That's pretty
Petkovic,
realistic. Good. proud of
Kelleher. I actually wouldn't even mind, honestly, to a stretch it's sort of like a Band-Aid. If worse comes to worse, fuck, man, we need a keeper. Bring in Ramsdale after today. I know he's been playing in the worst team in the league, but he's actually not bad. He's better than every other
That
keeper
guy,
we got.
weirdest career trajectory as well.
Every time he plays for a team that's relegated, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Southampton was the worst destination he could have gone.
Yeah.
I don't get that move anymore.
Again,
Straight back down.
Yeah.
He played really good today.
Yeah, he's a good shot stopper, but
I'm just saying, someone we can bring in. If we're going to get rid of Sanchez, Jorgensen's probably going to stay. If we sell Petkovic and Liverpool don't want to sell him, and we need a keeper desperately, and we don't
Kelleher
want to
will
spend 100
definitely
million.
be gone in the summer. I can almost guarantee it. I'll put my
Kelleher would
house
be
on
amazing
it.
for you guys.
But
right?
to who?
Kelleher
is-
or Ramsey, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the two. If we have to bring someone in,
I
we
reckon,
can't.
yeah. If Kelleher
Like, see,
goes, he won't.
if
he won't
United
go
came in and offered decent money, I think we'd sell them to United, no problem.
to
You
who?
reckon?
Kelleher.
Oh, because obviously, yeah, they're
Yeah.
not competitive. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
It's like selling to Southampton anyway.
But
Yeah.
again, you
Same
never know,
thing.
bro. We might finish top 4 next season.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Like, look at Nottingham Forest, bro. They were like basically facing relegation, and
Bro,
then
they're
within
actually a
1 year-
really good run club.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but
Yeah, but like we were too once upon a time. Anyway, all right, thank you.
All right,
Rod.
no, no
that
worries.
was
Thanks,
a
boys.
very realistic.
You can go now.
3 plays.
You can leave now.
I am proud of you, bro.
See, I told you I can study it. I studied it.
So, you know what? I'll go next, and then I would like to hear what you guys have to say since winning the league.
I feel like we're
and
gonna
then-
have overlap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with United, I'm trying to pick players on what we can afford now, with the new ownership,
Sign me
with
up.
the new structure.
Straight
So-
into the A-League.
I'm gonna go from centre back. I've got a centre back, a midfielder, and a striker in mind. And the centre back I'm gonna go for is
Miranda.
Branthwaite from Everton. Obviously, we showed some interest this season before the season started. But they were asking too much for, I think, 75 mil plus, and United didn't want a bar of it. But
Not bad.
we're in a bit of a predicament with Martinez. It was obviously had 2 seasons, been absolutely overshadowed by injuries. So we need a really good left centre back, and I feel like Branthwaite again meets that English quota. Tall, decent, young, can mould him into a decent centre back that can fit our system. And I reckon we can get him from between 50 and 60 mil.
It's a good shout.
Yeah, the second player I want us to go for is Edison from Atalanta. Have you guys heard of him? Brazilian midfielder.
DM, yeah.
Yeah.
We were linked with him.
Yep. He reminds me of the Casemiro at Real Madrid, like the young Casemiro who actually had legs. Strength, his intensity is great, and I think that
Why-
we need that. We need players that are
Why
quite
him, though?
intense.
Because you already have Ugarte who profiles
just bought
similarly.
into, yeah.
I don't think you'd want 2 DMs.
Well, one of them will be more progressive than the other. And as you can see over the weekend when we played against Everton in the second half, Ugarte was basically pushing up to the wing and whipping in balls.
Mm.
So with 2 DMs, and I feel like what Amarim's trying to do is right now he's trying to play with 2 DMs, but we don't have two fit good DMs. He's tried to play with Casemiro, and he tried to play with Ugarte, and you can just clearly tell Casemiro was letting us down. So I think with 2 fit DMs, obviously one more aggressive than the other, I feel like it will complement our system well. It will cover our centre backs and it will allow our wing backs to actually attack, which, they're not doing right now. And I reckon we can get him for a good price. And also, he is currently playing a 3-4-3 system now as well for Atalanta. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at players that can possibly fit right in. So here's another player There was another one I was leaning towards because he played for United, came from our academy. He's going to be a free agent this season. Do you guys remember Angel Gomez?
That name sounds familiar.
English kid. He plays.
English
Does he play in La Liga? Oh, Germany. or something?
No, he plays for the French league.
I know the name.
I'll
yeah.
do the stat check.
He's a central mid. Wanted more game time, so he left on it as a free. And end of this year, he's living as a free.
He's an English kid, yeah.
English kid. He even debuted for England not long ago against Finland, and he was great. Demands the ball,
He's played
but
for
I'm not
England
sure
4
how
times.
strong he is.
Yeah.
But he's a free agent, so
He's from Manchester, yeah. okay.
yeah. So Manchester. Here's another player, and the biggest player that I want us to throw the kitchen sink at is Osimhen from Napoli.
You probably get him for cheap, to be honest.
Oh,
Get him
Osimhen.
from
Is that Osimhen?
Osimhen, yeah.
Yeah,
People are
apparently you
saying,
guys are
though,
linked.
people are
It's
saying though, I don't know
75.
how accurate this is, but he's not even doing that well in Turkey, let alone like in the Prem.
I've got some stats. In this season alone, he's played 26 games. He's scored 20 goals and 5 assists.
Yeah,
And that's
I
him
think
not
7 of them are
playing
penalties.
Still scoring goals, bro. We need a goal machine. Like we've got Xerxes, we've got Hoyland. We have to sell one of them. They're both shit.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You need Osimhen.
I'm just being realistic.
will
In terms
fit.
of a high-profile striker that we can get, possibly right now, is Osimhen.
Yeah, but you need players around him because he doesn't create nothing. Like he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't create something out of nothing. He's not that type of player.
He
He
relies
needs
on like a
balls.
supply.
Yeah, he needs balls dinked in all the
Yeah.
time, crosses, passes in between.
Of course.
And I just don't see anyone for you guys to help him out to assist him that many. Like he played. I watch him all the time in the Turkish league. He does score some crazy goals.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's a good fit for United.
So he's just purely a finisher, is what you're saying.
Nah, he's just a monster. He's a monster. But I just don't think he's going to fit with the United team.
He needs a
But again,
service.
we can't predict who we're actually going to go for next season and how many players we're
But
going
do
to
you-
go
I think
for.
you are linked with him though.
Because he's, I would say, like it's fair enough to call him like more of a target man rather than
Yeah.
running behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you need a false 9, a target man, or a running behind striker? Because finding all three
What-
is like you're finding.
What
like
is Gyökeres for Sporting?
I feel like he's a bit of an all-rounder. He can
Yeah,
do a
watch them
little bit of
afterwards.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just
Not a
talking about
false
someone
9.
that's
yeah,
been.
more like a traditional striker. I
He
would
wouldn't
say.
come to United, though. There's no chance.
Oh, I don't know, bro. Apparently-
Even with Amorim there, I don't think he's going to. It's career hellhole. You go to United.
It could be. It could be. He could also be that striker that changed United,
Brings him back up.
brought him back up.
Osimhen will be good for you guys.
Huh?
He will be good.
I'm just saying we can't go for unproven strikers anymore, bro. We need proven strikers. We need guys that have been consistent for 3-4 years. And bro, look, in 21-22, he had 32 games, 18 goals, 2 assists. The 22-23 season is what really like where he really blossomed. 39 games, 31 goals, 4 assists.
But then I think about it too. Like, do you need I know you need a proven striker, but do you need someone who's not from the Premier? Like, I feel like you need to look within the Premier League, which is tough to find anyway. Because bringing a striker in to the Premier League from outside of the Premier League is a big, massive change. Like, it's a different game.
Absolutely. But who from the
Who
Premier
is
League?
it?
So
That's the
weird
thing.
because Hoyland is that running behind. Then you got Xerxes, who's supposed to be the false 9.
False 9, yeah.
I'm confused what
shit.
profile you're after, genuinely, because I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Sporting to determine how Amorim uses a number 9. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You can't go shopping without knowing how this striker is going to fit the entire system type thing.
No, I agree. But the way I'm looking at it is I need someone proven.
Well,
I'm not
he-
looking about what type of striker he is. I just want someone that's proven.
If they can get the wing backs right, because Galatasaray now play under Osimhen, they were playing in a front 2.
Yeah.
But it was like a sort of now they're playing in a back 3 with the wing backs.
Yeah.
And with the obviously sometimes they go with the 2, sometimes they go with the 2 behind the striker. That's why I said if you can get the supply chain to Osimhen right, he will be lethal. Doesn't matter what league he is in. He took the absolute piss in Italy.
Yeah.
He's a freak and he's still quite young.
Well, now with that we signed Dorgu, who will be obviously our main left wing back, and then does Dalot stick around? I personally don't think so. So yeah, you're right. And that's why I want us to sign someone like Edison that can just slot in the midfield and have that protection.
Here's what I'm thinking, yeah. And this is how I'd come to a conclusion of what profile you need. So I'm picturing 2 DMs, and their entire job is to do what Bruno doesn't do, which is, run back, harass, win the ball.
Yeah.
Then they win the ball. They give it to Bruno, who we know is super creative with through balls. feeding strikers, all of that. For me, that says one thing. You need a guy that's either good at all three, but you won't get him because of your table position, aka Isaac. He can do everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone who is known for running in behind. So, for example, just Darwin Núñez. Not to say that you should go for him, but that type of profile where he can get in behind and finish straight away.
I think Osman's better than him, like in terms of just I know he does it all
Yeah.
though. He's an all round. I did say he's more of a target man, but he can do everything.
He can do everything.
He comes in,
take on 2-3 players.
He comes in,
he lap it.
For Galsay now. He comes in, sometimes drops since Icardi's been down with the knee injury. He's been doing everything for him, but I just don't think it's going to work out with the current team they have with him.
The current team, no.
Yes.
But this is why I'm just looking at the future. I'm looking at next season.
I just don't think it's going to be quick enough to help him straight away. Hit the ground running.
You just don't know,
That's
though. That's what I'm saying. We just don't know.
Yeah, hopefully you do get him. So Galsay don't get him, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. And bro, how many times have we whipped balls in and there's just there's no striker that's that's demanding, that wants the ball, wants to put a header on it.
How much you guys pay for Hoyland?
70 mil,
okay.
something like that. 65, 70 mil.
That's
I'm not
fine.
too sure. And again, he was unproven. Like, all right, they had high hopes for him. Unproven. Give me someone proven.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Look at Ibra, bro. Came towards the end of his career, he killed it because he was proven. He was proven. You whip a ball in, you know Ibra was going to win it.
Fuck, he was actually really good.
He was so good. Ibra was so good for us.
actually is.
But I feel like back in the day, like now
they're
they're like, this is a broader conversation. I feel like with a lot of, like, let's say keeper, well, like, who else is there that's young, up and coming, and really good? And you kind of struggle to name names. DM is the same. Number 10s. Like, I feel like all positions for some reason are slowly, like, in terms of the numbers of players available that you would want, it's like really limited. It's
dwindled, yeah.
It's dwindled. It's like it's died in the ass.
That's you know why? It's because everyone's got that system of playing. It's sort of like a robotic system. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's why I guess not to put it back at Chelsea or Palmer. That's why I guess Palmer's stocks have grown up so much because when they watch him, they're like, fuck. It's like a freedom of how to play the game. You know what I mean? It's like his freedom to do what he wants, to make his own, choices and decisions, and be direct. Or if he wants to go this way, go that way. He doesn't look like he gets a ball and then he's like under a pep system.
Yeah, it's just like data.
I'll pass back.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And I think that's why he's become so famous in terms of just footballing wise.
Yeah.
But
All right,
yeah, that's
that's my realistic 3 players that we could target. So
that's it.
You boys, go at it. What do you reckon?
Do you want to go first?
I'm going to go with the most obvious one. I think, and I've said this many times, we are, we're in the position that we're in the league because of a number of players, but Mo Salah's form has been absolutely unreal. And even despite that, I think us being where we are in terms of the league without a recognised number 9, even though Salah's producing the numbers, is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
So then imagine if we had not even a 2 out of 10, not even an 8 out of 10 number 9, just a regular 7. So we're being linked with Isaac a lot, and I love that. He's not going to be cheap. He's going to be very expensive. There are
Over
sort of
100 mil.
They want 200. They got close to 200
But
for him.
when you watch him play, when you watch his link up, when you watch his goals, when you just watch every single thing that he does, it's like, mate, I don't care, break the bank, because he is the one that'll take us to that next level.
So you
next
reckon
level.
he's a realistic target?
He's a realistic target.
We've been linked with him
I think with the
recently,
Caicedo deal, there's
money in
we've
the bank.
shown there's money in there that we're willing to spend, provided that the player is good enough.
Yeah.
And there's going to be, the number 9 for us for years to come. The only concern for me, because it's going to be a lot of money, and there's going to be, I think, a fair few clubs in for him as well, including Chelsea, I think.
And Arsenal.
It's his injury record that concerns me. But everything else, I would absolutely break the bank for him. So Isaac for me as striker, replacing Núñez, which again elevates Liverpool levels already.
Yeah.
Just with one signing.
Núñez goes to Saudi for 70 million.
Yeah.
Then you guys have got 170 million to spend on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's
And we'll still pick you up.
Berkz. I'm going to handball it to you.
I had Isaac as well.
That's my
'Cause
number 9.
He's been recently linked. Obviously, like he's one of the best strikers in the league right now. He would honestly, I reckon, if we had him, we would, and kept everyone else as well, we'd be dominant for another couple seasons at least. Like
Second.
for like proper stamp our position as at the top.
Yeah.
I don't know how the deal will go down. Apparently, there's whispers of like Darwin going the other way plus cash. I don't know how much that
I like
would
Darwin,
benefit.
man.
I like
he
him
would
as a
actually
human,
suit
but
their style of play more because they're more direct. They're not like,
I don't know.
Darwin's best chance to succeed at Liverpool was under Klopp, where the transitions were really quick and
Yeah.
he got fed through a ball straight away.
Yeah.
Just
He
get
would
on
he
and
would
run, yeah.
score, a lot more than this season, but
Yeah.
he would also miss a lot. That was the criticism back then. But now he's not even getting the chances.
Yeah, I haven't seen him like miss a sitter in a while.
I think Darwin, before going to Saudi or going to one of those leagues, I think he needs to give himself another chance in the Prem at another club.
I don't think so.
And I think a club could take that risk for the right price.
Maybe not in the
See-
Prem. I wouldn't say like he shouldn't go to Saudi straight away. I think, but he should
Yeah.
go to Italy, go to to France, go back
You
to
have
Portugal if you have to.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Do you have another player other than?
I've got the ones that we've been linked with. We've been linked with obviously if Trent were to leave, Jorel Hato, I don't know how to say it, from Ajax.
Ajax.
He's a Dutch player.
Yeah.
I've
And
got him in my
he's quite
football
young.
manager.
He's more for left back.
Sorry, he's
left back.
he's an Andy Robertson replacement, but we do need a left back.
full
I've got it.
back,
Just quietly, I've got him in my football manager LP just in case. While
He's
you're watching
still
this,
playing football manager.
Wallah, I am.
Oh,
I'm in season 2032 now.
Fucking hell.
I've got last season. This year they binned it.
Yeah,
I've got him, but I'm City now. So I went Chelsea for first 5 years, and then I was we just weren't winning like naturally. You know what I mean?
Wow,
so I just
bro.
went to City and I've just won it.
You must have a lot of time on your hands, bro.
I sit there while I pack orders and play. Bro.
Yeah,
It's
fair
true.
enough.
Good idea.
I can't do it when I have kids, so I might as well do it now.
That's very true. You get it in now, bro. Otherwise, good luck. But yeah, that's another one I had because we've been linked with him too. He's obviously like top target, I reckon, and we've identified that Tsimikas isn't going to be the man to slot in.
Yeah.
So he'd be a good replacement or a good slot in for Andy.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if the last one will be the same, but I had Hus. How do you? I don't know how to say
Huijsen.
it. Huijsen.
Oh yeah, from
Another one we've been
Did
linked
you
with.
have that? Did you have that in mind?
I had him in mind just purely because of his age. He's
Yeah.
19
So young,
and he's
yeah.
just absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
He's such a good player. And he's going to be, like, by the time he's 25, 26, he's going to be amazing, provided that he stays injury free.
I was going to say, I hope his injury record doesn't increase
Yeah.
over time. Like if he
But
can
where's
stay
he gonna
fit,
go, though?
like we need a young centre back like that. I reckon. Like
Yeah.
we've been lucky that Van Dijk's been as good as he has since he's come in, and he's obviously had that one major injury, but he's bounced back. Like he's still class.
He'd be like proper like future planning because
Yeah.
Van Dijk doesn't
Yeah.
have that many seasons left in
No.
him.
He's got 2 good seasons, I reckon.
But how do you convince a player that's playing regularly at a decent club to come across and potentially not play?
He
You
might
just
be
have
a
to
squad
bite the
player,
bullet
you
know
and
what I
play
mean?
him, bro. Because the figures and the stats and how he's playing warrant him to play for any team
Yeah.
and start.
How old's Van Dijk?
He's 34 now. I'm pretty
34 already, huh?
Does anyone
He's
remember?
getting
Just do a
on.
fact check. But does anyone remember that season?
At
John,
Southampton?
No, John Terry played at 35 every single minute and won it. On was it Mourinho's second time?
He's 34 this year, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, it just shows the fact like, fuck man, these centre backs you don't come across them that often.
No,
Van
no.
Dijk's, your John Terry's, you know what I mean?
The
Your-
Riads, you know, they come.
Mate, after that performance on Monday, I don't know. But yeah, he played 30. I know exactly. He was 35 years old. He played every single minute in the Premier League
Fucking
from end to finish at 35 and
Wow.
won it. That's
Yeah.
unreal.
That's
rare.
crazy.
That's rare.
Even back then too, like that was, I mean, obviously
2015,
performance in hands.
24, 2015.
But even that, like,
yeah, it
that
wasn't-
was the time when it was all right. There was slowly like players were getting to that point where they could play into their
Yeah.
late 30s. But like, that's still free. You know what I mean? Now
That's
it's obviously
freakish.
common,
And-
but
Yeah.
still unreal.
And that's playing against like crazy strikers.
Yeah.
Like legendary strikers, you know?
Like,
Yeah, but
not
at the
your
same
Nunez's.
time, a lot of those centre backs never had to play a super high line where there was all this space to be exploited. Like I feel like centre backs these days are a lot
More
more
aggressive?
athletic, and they had a lot more cover as well.
Okay.
And especially like a Mourinho team, like there will be a lot of protection there. Like I think a lot of people forget
Ivanovic was
why
pretty much a centre
Arsenal
back.
are so good defensively is they have Thomas Partey and Rice protecting the back four, and their fullbacks aren't really fullbacks. They're
Yeah.
centre backs essentially. So no shit, you'd be good at set pieces. No shit, you could be good at defending.
Yeah, we had
You know what I
SCN.
mean? Like, so there's a lot of other factors that contribute to it.
I want to have this discussion another time. What would past CDMs be worth today? We'll have this. That's my segment next week.
I like that.
I'll do that. I just
Like
thought about
part-
it.
like
Thanks for spoiling it for everyone who's watching at home right now.
Yeah, that'll be it. Stay tuned for next
You
week
know
for that
what?
one.
So for everyone
Anyway.
that watches this segment, I'm really keen to get an idea of what you guys or who you guys would like to see in your club next season. So yeah, just put it in the comments, the 3 players that you believe or you want your club to go after.
I'm going to go with my midfield, who I haven't gone with. I think number 10s are a dying breed, and I feel like there's 4 number 10s in world football right now. I'm going to start with the most unrealistic, which there's no way we're going to be in for him or even get him. I think Musiala is just an amazing number 10. Like, he makes dribbling looks so easy, close
that's
control.
not realistic. in
Not
my
realistic. The next one is Florian Wirtz
Fuck, what a
from
player.
Leverkusen. I think, again, Liverpool, if they really wanted him, I think there could be a chance.
Even after his knee
we've got the
injury.
wages, the flex. We're number one in the league, number one in the Champions League. There's a lot going for us
Attractive
where we
move.
could attract that type of signing.
Yeah.
Number 3, I think Eberici Eze. He's actually slowly coming back in form of late. I think this season is a write-off for him. It wasn't a good season for him overall, but I think the talent is still there. And whilst he's on a bit of a downer, I think maybe, negotiating price and things like that, you could have a little bit more success.
That's another player that I said he's hit the ceiling at Palace. Go to the next team and then watch him shoot up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to progress.
Same as fuck it, I can't even say his name. Olise?
Olise, Mike Olise.
Yeah. He hit the ceiling. Yeah, I said it right. Fuck, I nearly started that. He hit the ceiling at Palace and he just couldn't go anywhere else. Went to Bayern and now he's taken that next step.
Yeah.
Scoring world. He's playing every week.
Yeah.
Champions League football.
Yeah.
So they need these type of players need that big club to come in and get him, or else
100%.
they're just going to die in the ass. Like Zaha,
And-
could have if he left at his peak at Palace. Fuck.
Yeah, he was there way too long. It's so true.
Are you done with your 3?
Yeah.
One more. Whenever I've seen this player, I've been absolutely amazed. It's Cunha. So
Oh, bro.
Cunha's just unreal. He needs to go to another club. Seriously.
If there's one player that I would sell my undies for, it's Cunha, bro.
Cunha. He's so good, bro. Bro, he's unreal.
Bro.
You're getting trimmed from Punchbowl with that, mate.
All right, so we're going to quickly move on, but one of our great fans that does watch the podcast on a weekly, Yasser, he wanted me to mention his 3 realistic players for City, and he mentioned Florian Wirtz.
Yep.
He mentioned Bastoni and Frimpong, and I don't want to elaborate
Frimpong.
because obviously we're trying to cut this segment shorter, but yeah, these are the 3 players that he wants City to go for. So thank you, Yasser.
City
Man
can just
City.
spend whatever they want, 100 million. They'll just give him 100 million. each.
Bastoni's
He
from-
plays
Centre back
in
for Inter Milan.
Inter Milan, yeah.
Just
Well,
solid.
Atalanta.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Atalanta?
No. Inter Milan. Inter Milan.
Too bad you got
So
a
good, bro.
Kusanov.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys got Kusanov. Or they got Kusanov.
They got Kusanov, but Stones has got. I want to really talk about City's 5 players that are going to leave soon or could be leaving, but
We'll
you know
leave it
what?
for another time.
So that's my segment. Berkz, I believe you've got something to.
I've got
to
this.
pick our brain.
I'm going to step
don't-
out
you
for
don't
this one because I'm a Euro snob.
So you don't have to tell him it's your
Just leave
segment.
the room, Bex.
That's all right.
You didn't have to tell him that you're
I want to. This is so Alpi can know that I've done my segment.
That's my segment.
Hey, Alpi, how many tuners, Alpi?
Special shout out to 7-Eleven Coffee.
Sponsor me.
7-Eleven coffee.
7-Eleven Coffee fueling today's
Now available
podcast.
at every
Sponsor me, please.
every
And
7-Eleven.
V. Make sure we tag all these.
Bro, what are they going to sponsor with? A free coffee on a day?
Allah Billah, if they sponsored me a coffee every day,
That's $2 you're saving
$3.
every day. Or $3, sorry, it's gone up. Inflation.
$3.65. That's
$1,000
like
a day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Special shout out to Fujitsu as well, who's providing today's cooling.
I don't know if they'll be in the shot, but yeah.
All right.
Shout
All
out
right,
anyway.
Berkz,
Let's go,
take it
Berkz.
away.
Right, yeah, so obviously we did we haven't, well, you guys have yet to send it, but it'll be coming out soon once I get a chance to edit it. We did shoot a matchday vlog over the week. Yeah, I've got my A-League top on to represent
Bro, that
this
was
as well.
so much fun.
It was very good fun. And we are expecting to do more of those sort of pieces of content as we move along. But that was our first one. We went to the Victory City Derby. So I thought let's reel it back closer to home. Obviously, Vecchi's going to leave the room now because we're going to be talking about Australian football a little bit. So feel free to leave if you have to. But I thought let's given that we've got that coming up, the Matchday vlog will be releasing soon. I thought let's talk about kind of the Australian football landscape. And I think it's even more relevant today after the comments that this is kind of away from what I was specifically going to speak to, but it shows you kind of what the mindset is around football in Australia, with kind of I'm going to call him out, Marty Sheargold from Triple M.
Oh,
What he said earlier, I don't know if it was earlier this week or last week, but he's being pulled up on it in the media at the moment for pretty much calling it. He dissed football fans in general for calling it not a man's
Give him
sport.
context, yeah.
So he did that straight up. Was just saying he would rather nail the tip of his penis than watch football. He called football not a man's sport.
He was
And
getting
then-
into Matildas, wasn't he?
And yeah, that was he was pretty much saying the Matildas are like year 10 girls on public broadcasts. So
Yeah.
he's getting crucified a bit for that at the moment. But that's
Who the
just
fuck is Marty Sheargold?
Marty.
He's like a bloke that talks on the radio.
He sounds
he's
like
a
a
radio
boomer.
host.
Is he a boomer?
He's a boomer.
Bro, tell him to come and play one of our sevens aside game and let's see if we're...
Riad double foot him.
You'll see what a man's sport is then.
I've
Yeah.
literally got like 3 cuts on my legs just on Monday.
Is that from rolling around in goals? Or?
Yeah. Pulling saves.
But anyway,
Woogie, don't talk about goals after you.
oh yeah, your little carries moment.
Attempted save.
Oh,
Terrible.
far out. But yeah, that sort of just sets up the context of like that's kind of I feel like that's a mindset for a lot of people within Australia from a community perspective. Obviously, I'm not going to label everyone like that, but the general consensus is if you're kind of not a football fan, that is your thought process. Oh, this isn't a man's sport. I'm not going to watch it for. So yeah, I thought let's sort of chat about that and kind of what the comparisons are from a European perspective, specifically England, given that's kind of, I think that's a good baseline to look at.
Yeah.
And I've just got a couple of stats, and I think it's more around, let's just discuss kind of your thoughts as well. But if you look at it from a comparison point of view in terms of fees alone, for an average, for every child to play in Australia, it averages from $375 to $935 per year.
Is this soccer or AFL?
Soccer, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Soccer.
From a UK perspective, if we convert it to Australian dollars, $375 to $935 per year, and that's ranging from obviously if you're playing state league level, grassroots, to all the way to kind of a professional academy setup type thing. So they're capped at just under $1,000, right? If you compare that to Australia, and this is each child. So if you've got 4 kids and you want to play football, you want to be a football manager, dad. Good luck.
Good luck.
You better be making good money because it's going to be. It costs you upwards of $2,500 at the top level to get kind of to obviously your MPLs and your more your development level, and 300 so sort of ranges at the same when you come to a grassroots level. So comparison is insane when you think about it. Like in the context of obviously our setup is, it doesn't make sense either because we don't have the facilities as much. We don't have the backing from a government perspective as well, and then that's kind of the reason why the funds are being pushed onto parents and the children in turn as well. Because if you look at the way they've set up in England compared to us, they've got subsidies, they've got clubs will pay for pitches and stuff. They will cover the costs as much as they can to actually develop the talent. Whereas here, it's obviously everything is just fronted onto us, even though we have less facilities, we have less government funding.
The tier of coaching isn't as good as
the quality is not as good.
Yeah.
We're never going to get to that sort of standard. And I think that's like, again, I think it all links back, and Becky, you'd probably have a better steer on this as well. But the overall sentiment from the Australian public is not going to drive this game forward in any way, and I think that's.
But the government doesn't help. The football, Football Victoria doesn't help.
None of the footballing bodies in the country are helping, and from a federal perspective too, like they had a historical $385 million, I think it was, investment from the the sports fund for sports across the country. Of that $385 million, what do you reckon was like given towards football?
Half of it.
30 million.
No.
How much?
5 million.
15.
Just over 5 mil. 6.5 mil.
No.
6.5 mil out of a $385 million kitty. They've given football
You know what's funny?
8 mil, I think it was.
In the previous conversation, he's gone, what's 25 mil? Like the entire Australian football is getting 5.
Right.
So
That's
Chelsea can fund pretty much Australian football.
You know what?
So Sancho's wage.
Sancho's weekly wage can fund Australia.
Yeah, you pay them. Don't forget you paid them for that.
Honestly, Todd Bowley could buy the entire football setup in Australia and it would cost him
Bro, that's
peanuts.
disgusting, bro. That's actually really disappointing.
It's
been like this for years, and that's why
it's not gotten better.
I do wonder comparatively how much the Japanese FA pumps into Japanese football, because like when you think about where we want to be, we always model ourselves on Japan, where they used to be, where they are now, and that's where Australian public would like to be. But I do wonder how much because they're
running university
they're
classes
into like
sort of
baseball
football,
as well. So I'd like to see the split, the ratio.
That would be interesting. I mean, it would be good. I haven't looked at Asia as a comparison, but I think that would be. I assume they will probably be doing a lot more than we are as well.
Because even like from let's say like you're a gun A-League player or you're a gun coach, your next cab off the rank is Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then it's usually like a Scotland or something like that,
Yeah.
Belgium, and then finally it's like your Premier League championship, etc.
Yeah.
So that's like the stepping stones.
Yeah. And you know what's so disappointing? And like when you've got a parent who's really invested in his child, in playing, soccer. Let's keep it at soccer. They funded all their lives till they hit a certain age, and you go, you know what, they're not going to make it in Australia, so let's take them overseas. And that's disappointing because it's like, why can't Australia be that country?
Yeah.
Like with AFL, obviously, I love the sport, but it's like everyone talks about AFL. The funding's at all with AFL. But soccer is the most played sport in Australia.
It's the most participated
I
sport.
think the AFL don't want to share the spotlight. Do you remember when Ronaldo came down?
And they killed the NRL as well.
Yeah.
NRL's like basically dead. I don't watch the NRL, but like it's basically dead.
It's only Sydney pretty much that watches NRL.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, do you?
And a bit of
Yeah,
Queensland.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be fair to say AFL only like Victoria's.
It is, yeah.
Like, no,
AFL's
Sydney's
national.
madly into league. Like,
they
don't care
consider
about AFL.
footy. Yeah, footy for them is NRL in Sydney.
well, the game AFL, I love it to death. It's humongous. It's Melbourne and then it's WA. Oh, sorry, Victoria and WA are the two biggest
Yeah.
ones. But then again, you got Sydney Football Club, one of the oldest clubs in history, like in Australia. Very, very massive over there. They are expanding. Obviously, they've got a Tasmanian team coming.
Oh, thanks. Bro.
So AFL's humongous, but that's because they're backed by the government.
yeah.
A lot.
And that's what I mean. That's all these factors.
Yeah.
That's what's feeding into kind of where we are at the moment. Like you've got the overall sentiment of general populace and people in media who just shit all over the game whenever they get a chance.
All the time.
As per, I'm not going to say anything. I'm trying to keep it PG because we're trying to straighten up. But
We're doing, hey boys,
that bloke, we're doing well.
we're doing well. We're doing well. For those that are going, what are they talking about?
Can we clip Ronaldo and Cochin playing? You know that Brownlow medals Koch?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing with
surely,
Ronaldo, just clipping it up in the MCG.
What? And was Ronaldo on AFL kicks?
Yeah, he was. Well, that's what I'm saying. The government was AFL's the first person to shit on soccer, obviously
100%.
the world game.
Always, yeah.
But then when Ronaldo came in, I forgot what year, 20, maybe 14.
Yeah, how
when
can we bring him in to publicise that?
bang, they brought him in. They did
Yeah.
a collab with the AFL straight
Yeah, there
away.
you go.
Ronaldo was kicking the footy ball around at the G
There you
with
go.
Koch.
So what? So I can continue what I was trying to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, don't cut me off.
No, I'm gonna cut you off, bro. That's it. He doesn't even know what he's saying.
When we did the vlog, I mentioned that like let's clean up our language. So that's why I'm like, boys, we're doing well. So we're cleaning up our language, okay? And the reason
was a shout out.
so we can obviously get a bit more youth watching our podcast and whatnot.
Can someone comment saying they'd rather like it hardcore than this guy's version?
What's hardcore?
A hardcore's like, a couple swords here and there.
C-bombs.
You know what I mean?
All the
C-bombs.
F-bombs, yeah.
Like if YouTube are not blocking us from swearing,
Yeah.
I'm not going to take shit from you, bro.
How are we going to get sponsored by Baby Bunting?
Oh, shit.
All right,
Anyway.
I'll take that back.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
baby bunting.
yeah.
But does it take, and I'll just elaborate on Berk's discussion here, but does it take someone like Ronaldo, who's the face of football to come into Australia and buy a club or two to like kickstart it? Is that the extreme that this country needs?
It's
Or-
definitely money is going to be a big factor, but
Unfortunately, no.
It won't
Because
change it fully,
City
yeah.
came, the City Group came.
yeah.
City Group came and the government paid for their facilities in Casey.
Yeah.
They didn't pay for it. They
But
didn't
this
spend
is
any
where
money.
this is where the actual direction from the FA is wrong, because what the FA is prioritising is players from overseas leagues that are past it.
Yeah.
They'd much rather promote those and pump those with wages than put that money into youth and development, and that's the ultimate issue. The FA, who's heading the whole thing,
Yeah.
isn't prioritising development of youth players within Australia, and youth players with a specific style of play that they want to produce, like a national identity. Like these are much broader conversations, but I was saying to the boys today, when you look at like your South Korea in the World Cup or a Japan or any of those Asian countries, they are very technical. Like when you look at, for example, Morocco or any of those African countries, you can tell that their focus is producing technical players. So maybe take a little bit back in terms of athleticism, in terms of like power and aerial ability, and maybe start bleeding in. Like, do you guys remember when Daniel Arzani first burst on the scene?
Unbelievable.
He was someone finally with a little bit of pace and trickier, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome. But then all of a sudden, over time, he just started getting sidelined.
Yeah.
He didn't get played at all, and his career fizzled out eventually.
No, he came on in the game and he was shit. He cost you can say he cost the second goal for victory.
But like Australia has this,
when he turned it over, trying to overdo.
Australia has this like big focus on like big, powerful, physical
Yeah.
players, and you're just like, do we even want to be heading there?
Yeah.
And like, so there's a lot to it, but I feel like the direction is wrong from the FA, the big chiefs.
Yeah.
But in saying that, every time Australia goes to a big stage, we do fucking unreal. Well, we do effing unreal.
Everyone gets around it. They get
Like, I know
Right,
we
we
big
let one
power,
slip.
but we match the way we play matches up well against any other team in the world.
I mean,
I hate
look
to say
at
it,
the
doesn't
last
matter.
World Cup against Argentina. That was it. The quarterfinal we made. I can't remember. No,
I thought
round
we
of
were
16, whatever it was. But
Yeah, I thought we were going to win it all.
that was unreal. We got around it, and the country gets around it too. And that's what really pisses me off the most.
You're right, yeah.
Because football, and I say football, I don't like saying soccer just because I'm doing the
Some Euro snob.
The Euro
He's going to
snobbery.
give it to our Loz on YouTube.
The Euro snobbery in me.
Excuse me.
It's actually
it's actually football, the world's game. What soccer? I'm not listening to this podcast anymore because you're saying soccer.
Bola, bro, he will give it to your life straight
That's what I'm saying. You have to be right,
As soon
bro.
as you say soccer, he's like, I'm not watching this anymore.
Oh yeah, turning this off.
Soccer?
What's
Get
that?
out of it. Get off
Do
it.
you guys remember that
down.
Ron Barassi when he literally like got a scissors or something and he poked a soccer ball?
Really?
That was
What?
like in the newspapers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is
He's a
indicate
legend.
like how badly like the AFL dislike.
this is my issue though. Like this is, I think it goes beyond just like the solve isn't going to be you pump shit tons of money into the country, into the league, into the football, into the FA to make it work. Like even if you bring in, let's just say you bring in like a Red Bull club or something, right? It's like Red Bull Melbourne or something, whatever. That
No
alone,
more groups, bro.
but that's what I'm saying. Like that, we need money. It's true.
But yeah, but
league
cities
needs
here,
money.
they don't spend money.
But it's not going to stop at money. It's a cultural problem that's going to, we need to shift. It's actually, I shouldn't even say cultural problem because we know there's massive football fans out there in the country.
Yeah.
We know all of them, most of them like close to us. Like everyone loves football, but it's more, the governing body need to change how they see football in the country for it to ever actually take off and go anywhere. And like Vicky was saying too, when you get to that level, all right, everyone's a fan of football. We're pushing it from a top-down perspective. Then when it comes to how we operate on the international stage, like there's no football identity. Like Vicky said, we're literally shaping football players to be AFL players. Let's get big boys who can run, who are fit, and that's it. That's the end of the game. Like then it comes down to that. You know, like there's just so many factors that
Bring
we're
back
building
national
to it.
club identity.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
they already have. It's
scrapped.
back.
They scrapped
Preston Macedonia.
They did. It's back. It's
back.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's
back for
back.
years now. It's been like what, 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's been. So they're like, how can we change? How can we bring some identity back in the NPL? Because it was starting to die in the arse. So now that you're allowed, this is a few seasons ago, you're allowed to put your national flag on the jerseys. So Hume City, shout out to Hume City, we're going to come do a vlog there. They can put the Turkish flag on your jerseys. Preston Macedonia, South Melbourne, Oakley Cannons.
Does Armenia have a club, Wood?
I wouldn't have a clue, bro.
There's
but
Monash.
Brandon Park, yeah.
Brandon Park, sorry,
Brandon
yeah.
Park.
Yeah.
So they do have.
There you go.
So you're a part Armenian, I mean. But yeah, there is a lot of clubs that are bringing that nationalist aspect back into the game for a bit of passion.
We kind of need that though too. You know what I mean? Like I know they say NSL
Yeah.
before the A League. Like that was the top level, and
Yeah.
that obviously got disbanded because there was all the issues with kind of
Bro, that was unreal.
race riots and whatever. Like there was punch-ons from different because they had the national identity at that time too, and that was kind of like a problem to the government. You know.
Next week, I forgot what team it was, but there was a team from Perth that didn't want to play in Australia. I'm not sure the story, but I'll bring it up next time. They played in Oceanic, like they played in Asia. So they would travel.
But they were an Australian club.
They were an Australian club. They would travel to Asia to play in a normal league. And they're really good. I think they only went for 2 seasons. I'll bring it next week. I'll have all the stats for you. It just came to my mind.
Yeah.
So
Very good. Very
I think,
interesting. Another one. So I've got two.
One thing that's very, because obviously like I lived in Europe for 10 years and the biggest difference that I noticed between Europe and Australia is in Europe, like you would have like proper soccer pitches, like let's say like soccer sevens, and the facility is just open to public.
Yeah.
Where you can just play. And when we were young kids, we would play from like morning all the way to night.
Yeah.
Playing small side. Here, like whether it's a tennis club or a soccer club, you have to get a membership, then you have to like pay, and you get a little key, and you know what I mean? Like it's not readily available for
free
everyone.
flowing. Yeah.
I know where you're going, but it's more the culture for me personally.
It's
more the
everything,
culture.
everything
It is.
all in one.
Yeah, because
They
there's
are trying
parks
to
out
change
there.
that,
You
though.
can put goals. There are goals. It's more the culture that we have to change
Like
as a collective.
Facility wise, and this is some of the last things I'll say, just because there was that comparison. Like if you think about it, we're 31 times bigger than England. Yeah, it's land mass wise.
There you go.
England has like 1,100, I think it is, full-on set-up facilities, 83% of which are actually like managed by the public and the government. So they not only do they exist for everyone to use it, but they're actually looked after as well. Here, it's probably they haven't given it. There's not even an official number that we can look at. So we can't even say, oh, you know, we've got 100 pitches to whatever. But imagine that, like the land mass is that much bigger, and we've got significantly less pitches for people to actually use and play on as well. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a massive problem. I think it needs to be. It's not going to get solved anytime soon. I don't think it's ever going to get solved, to be honest, in this country. But it's something that I did want to bring up, given that sort of we're in that mold of looking at local level and sort of state level football as well. With the vlog coming out again, representing that. This is the old A League.
Maybe we can have like a part 2 to this because like I feel like we're just skimming over. Like whereas
It is a bigger
There's
issue.
a
right?
lot of factors, and
Yeah.
it would be like
I'd love to.
You should have come to the vlog.
even when I
LP2,
think of
with
England,
LP2.
even when I think of England, it's also the intercity rivalries as well. Like
Yeah,
Liverpool and United actually properly hate each other as cities,
Because they got that
which
history
is
of the
why then
trade,
when you
yeah.
add the football and the
Yeah.
competitiveness, like these, everyone gets up for these derbies. Like where can you name like Dandenong versus what other suburb where the rivalry would be that big? You know how there was talk
Yeah.
of potentially a stadium.
Yeah.
Dandy Thunder, Springer
Being-
White Eagles.
Yeah, like near the Dandy train station, there was going to be a stadium there. They put in a bid and
Oh,
everything.
that would've been unreal.
There
I
would
wish
have
they
been
did that.
Team 11 or something like that.
Yeah, Team 11 was the
Like
project.
everyone
then,
in
yeah.
our community would get behind that and go to
100%.
those games because it is local, and you'd start
That
to
would
sort
have
of
been
build
massive.
local pride.
Yeah.
My house would have been triple its price.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit. Honestly. But yeah, that's a good idea. I reckon we'll expand on this again because Alpi
Yeah.
would have a good insight on this too.
Yeah.
He's been in the system for quite, got pretty decent levels, so we can.
Yeah.
I reckon we can.
Very
this,
interesting, Berkz. Thanks for that, mate.
but No
That
worries.
was- that was
We'll,
unreal.
and we'll get the match day vlog soon.
Yeah,
as
match
well.
day vlog.
So that's coming.
Match day
Hopefully in the next 3 months.
Maybe you guys will convert me from a Euro snob to eventually
Bro,
go
I hope
attending
so.
a
honestly,
league game.
Good fun. Honestly,
just
that was
quickly,
fun.
LP was gobsmacked the whole game.
He was locked in. He was watching. He couldn't stop.
locked.
He actually loved it.
He loved it. He
It
was.
was like,
He was watching it like he was managing
couldn't
the
get
game.
2 words out of him.
Honestly.
Go, one sec.
He even said like, don't
pretty quick.
if you record me and I don't say anything, it's not because I'm trying to be rude. He's like, I'm just locked in. No, he loved it. So yeah, we'll continue on some of the Australian football content. I think it's a good thing to. I mean, we're an Australian podcast. We should be representing the football here at some level. So I think it's good to chat about. Well,
So now we're just we want to listen to what Ur has to say, bro.
So we're going from serious talk. I just thought I'd add in a couple of fun facts. I don't want to drag it on. So we're talking about Bellingham's girlfriend.
I just said we don't do that, bro. We're all married men.
I'm just talking about the ride I was taking on today, and I just had to, let the people that listen to us know.
Tell us about Jude.
So there was a bit of a kerfuffle today on Twitter where, obviously the Twitter investigators actually found out that Bellingham's girlfriend, let me just grab her name. Bellingham's girlfriend is actually, I don't know her name, but after all that, I just had no idea. Anyway, Bellingham's girlfriend has had 38 confirmed boyfriends throughout
I
her
thought it was
dating.
45 actually. I saw it was 45
No, it
somewhere.
was 38. And then I just sort of, I'll find the funny. I'm like, you know what? Let me just find the best tweets
How old is
today.
she, bro?
I don't even know that. I should have done that. Should have done that, shouldn't I?
We don't even know her name.
Yeah, but
Like, is she in her 20s?
she's in her 20s.
She would be in her 20s, yeah.
Well, no.
Almost
they say,
2 a year.
I
they
think she's
say she's
older than
28.
him, yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
say she's 28, but then people on Twitter, this is why I was so confused. It's confirmed she's 28, but then also people are saying she's 32. So we don't know. She's dated Jamie Foxx.
That's crazy.
She's dated about 2-3 basketball players. She's been through
2-3. It was the whole team basically.
She's been through a fair bit, yeah. So
Hasn't she gone through the new Black Panther as well?
Michael B. Jordan, yeah.
Michael B. Jordan,
as well?
He's
yes.
not the new Black Panther. He was the villain.
he was the villain, yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah, but he was in number 2, wasn't he?
He was in number 1. He wasn't in number 2, was he? Was he? I've actually not seen number 2.
No. He was
I've
just
not
in-
seen
he was
number
in
2, to be
snippets.
honest, bro.
All right, so then I'm like, you know what? Let me just find the best tweets and just share it with everyone and have a
Can
bit
I
of a
say,
laugh.
before we start this
Yeah.
properly,
It's not gonna be
whatever
long.
Oogie says, it's all alleged. Just to
Alleged, yes.
avoid any hot water. This is all alleged.
Isn't it funny though how he's like, I'm going to start with her name, then he didn't know her name, and then he's like, I'm going to start with her age. You're like, wait, I don't actually know her age.
I know her age.
Tell us what you actually know.
Nah, all I know is this is the funniest tweets of today. So some Jay, aka Sige Giao from Twitter said, Bellingham's girlfriend has had more boyfriends than he had GA in his entire career. Do you guys know how insane that is?
It's pretty mental, yeah.
So then I've got it. Then I went and researched how many GA he's got in La Liga at the moment, and how many confirmed boyfriends he's got.
She's got.
She's got. He, she. We don't know what she is. So Jude Bellingham has 38 GA this year, this season. Or sorry, his whole career in La Liga. She's had confirmed boyfriends that we've done research on. It wasn't 35. It is 48.
48, there you go. That's what I saw.
48.
I'm
So
pretty
she,
sure
obviously
that's what I
she's
saw.
a gold digger. All right. So that was another one.
So where's the attraction for Jude Bellingham in all of this? Like,
I think he's just
does
got
he not
money.
realise
I
she's like
think he's
Swiss cheese?
He's thinking with, not his brain.
And then
Must be
so
love.
the tweets. I'm just going to rattle some tweets off. We can put it on the screen later or just tag or whatever. If you count friendlies, she's probably had. So I can't even remember.
He or she, bro.
If you count friendlies, then she probably runs away with it. And then Bellingham's racking up goals. She's racking up experience. Everyone's winning in their own way.
Wow.
And then allegedly, she was found on an escort website in Spain. And her name was Ashlyn Castro for people that want
There you go.
to search it up. I had it. I just wanted to wait till
you just
the
wanted to tease it out.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Of course.
I don't know. Do what you will with that information.
Don't forget our main sponsor because it's very relevant to what you're talking about. NordVPN.
So if you're
Shout out to NordVPN if you're looking for any escort services.
Are you scared using your own VPN and you're in Europe? NordVPN, $49.99 a month, and you can search it from wherever you are. That's why I did this segment.
NordVPN, if you got a affiliate code for us, we'll set it up. Slash off the ball is waiting and it's free.
Oh fuck, I'm crying. Anyway, that was my little Twitter. You know what? Sorry guys, I was gonna get more. I was gonna do more. I'm gonna do it weekly actually.
You're playing FIFA.
No, I'm gonna do it
Football
weekly.
Manager,
So this is
Football
my
Manager.
idea. Weekly, I'm gonna do the best tweets of the week.
I like that.
I love that.
So I'm going to do it more often.
you.
I just came up with it now. It's actually pretty fun. Just
Yeah.
it adds a little bit different instead of doing quizzes and
bro.
too many. And then I found another funny tweet, and this is more towards Riad's United. Mr. Black, aka Mr. Black Football, says making 200 employees redundant who earn 50K a year would save a club 10 million per year, and lose them 416,000 hours of staff per year. Making Mason Mount redundant will save the club £13 million a year and will lose them 6 hours of game time per season.
You're hired.
Hire Mr. Black right now.
Football operations straight away.
Wow.
So I'm just gonna, you know what? I swear, going forward, I'm gonna do 10 best tweets every week,
Bro, how
regardless.
good's data? It's so good, man.
Mate,
That is
so
good.
that is. What do you reckon of that, bro?
That was unreal. And please forgive me. I will never speak about Sancho's us scamming you with Sancho over again, bro. Because you got us a good one, bro.
Bro, you're spending 13 million per year on Mount, and he's played 6 hours.
Honestly,
Anyway.
he's barely played football. That's unreal.
Who is
that-
that bloke?
that-
I actually forgot he even existed.
That's it from me. I am going to do it weekly, so I'm going to do anyway. It's going to go up from 5 to
Thank
15.
you very much, Ugs.
So you have a bit of a laugh, but we're going to do.
All right.
Obviously, we don't have the Apple TV because Alpy decided to go tuna fish.
All right, thank you, Ugs, for that tweet segment. Really enjoyed that. And that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Is this the end?
Yes, bro.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Please like and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. We're not too far off. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you.
Also keep an eye out for the match save log, which is coming soon.
Can't wait.
See you next time.
See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
I'm just gonna yell.